Hello everyone, I'm Yukis. Welcome back to our channels, and in this video we are going to talk about the wall customization. Here you can see three types of wall. The first one is the TV wall, and the second one is the sofa background walls, this one, and the third one is this simple wall. So now let's get into our AiHouse designs to see how to customize these walls. And the customization will be done on this floor plan. If you want to use this floor plan, you can make a screenshot on it, and later you can use the import functions to import this floor plan image. So now let's find the wall customization entrance. Still this cabinet icon, left click this one, and this ceiling is for the designs for all the walls. Not only the ceiling, the surrounding walls, also the floor. So you can left click this one to get inside, and at the left side you can see the materials. The first one is the plant library. The common library, here has this shift parameterization, and the first one is the wall panel project. For this wall panel project, you can directly drag and drop them in. Like now in this wall, and if you want to use this one, just drag and drop it in. So Ctrl Z to undo it. So the next one is the modeling library. In here you can find many modeling for you to use directly. And the ceiling part we'll talk about it later. So let's go to the second catalog. It's the material library. Here you can find this aluminum honeycomb panel in gasset, the integrated wall boards, this staright, and electric appliance, model light library, and texture mapping, and texture. The third one is section library, and the last is favor. You can collect the materials and textures that you use frequently in here and find them very quickly. So now let's start our design. And I'm going to seek the first one, the TV walls on my screen. Now I have stick these pictures at here. So now let's first find this wall. I'm going back to the walkthrough view and hit the V key. And the TV wall is at here. So when it turns into blue, we can double left click to get into it. Now we are under the 2D design mode, and still the stand operation, zoom in, zoom out, and hold your mouse wheel to move it. So let's zoom in. And you can see in these pictures, there are two blackout walls at here, the first one and the second one. And at the right side, he has a cabinet. We will set this cabinet later. And in here has some grid boards placing in here. So we are going to divide this door in several places. So let's go to the upper part to use this rectangle or this other drawing methods to divide the areas. So the first, the rectangle one. At the top, I'm going to leave 300 height for the ceiling. And now I can hit the tab key to input the height and hit enter to save it. At the right side, there is a cabinet. I will let 400 width for it. Hit enter again. And at the bottom, and now I forget to set the height, and you can directly select this line and input the value as here, 150. The next one is the placing area. So I'm still drawing the rectangle and set it as 300 and hit enter key. Now I have finished the division, then right click to end command. Then for this two walls, I need to make them block out. So select them. Here I wanted to block out 300 and input 300 at the corner and hit enter key. And for this one, also 300. Then at the upper right corner, you can see in the 3D view, they are blacked out. So after doing this, we are going to paste some texture on both of. So I'm going to the upper right corner to hit the complete to get out because the texture need to be pasted under this 3D mode. So I'm going to find the material at the left side. Here is the texture. Scroll down to find the one that you like. If you don't like the solid wood, here also have many other types for you to select. Like I want it to be stoned. And I select this type. Drag and drop to place it. And remember, you need to place every face like this one. Drag and drop it inside. The lower, this one, and the upper. And maybe you don't need to pave it because the ceiling will cover it. So going to the upper one. For this one, oh like I want to use this one. So drag and drop it in. Okay, now I finished these two parts, and at the middle side you can see there are many grid boards. So for this grid board, there are two methods to pay them. The first, you can use this plant library at the left side, the common library, and the first one, just drag and drop them in. It looks nice already, and if you don't want to use this one, you can Ctrl Z and double left click to getting it. So now let's go to the material library to find this integrity wallboard, and then find the one that you like this one, to drag and drop it inside. Then you need to change its size and change its position. I'm going to change its width at 50. You can change its dimension at the right side, like where I am. And this one you can change it or not. After you're doing this, you can move it and move your cursors to this little circle to move them. I'm going to place it at here or change its distance to the side. Hit Enter key. And now I think the 50 is too big for me. I'm going to input 25 and hit Enter key. Then change its distance, input 0. Okay, now I put the first one while. So the next things we need to do is right click. Alright, zoom in and select this one, right click. Here has this arrange function. You can use this rectangular arrange. Hold your mouse to move it. Now it has arranged like this one. And if you want some space between them, you can hit the tab key and you can see at the top. It has the horizontal spacing and vertical spacing. You can input the spacing. Like now I input 25. And you can see there are some space between the boards. Just left click to save them. Now it's setting well, so I'm going to upper right corner to hit the complete to end. Okay, it's finished. And now I need to put a cabinet here. As the cabinet part is not introduced to you, so I'm going to do it very quickly. Now I have finished the design of the cabinet. So the total design for this TV wall is finished. And if you still want to draw a space for placing the TV, you can get it inside it. Double click and find this rectangle drawing method. Then find the start point and end point to draw it to placing TV. And the size of this arrow you can draw based on your TV size. After you're doing this, I think you do remember that this wall has been blocked out 300. Then you can make it blocked out like 150. Then in here you can see here is the place for the TV. And remember to place some texture at this space, or you can even put a cabinet inside. So now I don't want this one, so I'm going to select it and hit the delete key to delete it. So I complete the customization of this wall. So let's go to our next part, The next one we are going to talk about is the sofa background wall. And you can see I have placed two boards to protect our wall, and at the middle part I have set some other wall boards. So let's find our sofa background wall first. Is this one. I'm going to the material plazas to find two boards to protect wall or X to get into the material plazas and find the finishing. Open it. And this background for here's this one. And you can see there are many shades for you to select. Just drag and drop it in. And close it. First, I'm going to change the size. Its length to be 600 and its height to be 2500. Now I'm going to move it to the left side. And if you don't know the distance of this board to this wall, then you can select this board first and go to the pop-up black toolbars. It's at the top and find these 3 points. The first one is elements measurement. Select this one and move the rulers to this side, and here you can see the distance between this board to this side's wall. Now I want to change the distance between them, so I can left click this wall, then move my rulers to these values, double left click, then I can input 0 and hit enter. Now I have set it well, and at the bottom you can see there are 8 distance, so I hit 0 also. And after you finish it, you can click right to exist. So the first one has been placed well, and I still need another one, so I Ctrl V to copy one. And change its distance to the right wall. Hit enter. Now it is finished. Let's go back to the wall customization place. This is at the ceiling. Left click ceiling customization button. Double left click this wall to get in. Now we are going to place some board inside. Let's go to the material library and buy this integrity wall board. And here there are many sizes for you to select. I'm going to use this pipe. Drag and drop it in. And first I'm going to change the size, like its height to be 2500. Hit enter. Then the distance to the bottom 0. And now I'm going to move it. So I move my cursors to the middle part. You can see now my cursors turn into 4 arrows. So left click to hold it and move it. And you can see now it's placed at the middle part. After I placing this one, I'm going to right click and fill the whole walls. And the top one, I'm going to delete them. After doing this, I'm going to place some black line inside between the boards. Before that, you may notice that I have placed 2 boards here, so these 2 may not need it, so I can directly delete them. And I'm going to leave a distance for both of them. So I remember this one is the 600 width, and I'm going to change this to 400. Then change its distance to 600. And this is all still the stand operations. 400, and this is 600. So now I'm placing this well. I'm going to draw this black line and going to the upper part to place some light between them first. So this drawing method, polyline, find the start point and end point, right click to disconnect. Start point, end point, right click to disconnect. So after doing this, I can move my cursors to the light. Here you can see my cursors icon become a little hand. Then I can left click select this one and go to the upper one. Here has this filter. We can add some filter inside. Let's go to find the style light or section library. And find this filter. You can find the types that you like. I'm going to find a normal type, like this one. drag and drop it in and change its size first. Now you can see my height is also changed, so which means they are locked together. You can unlock them, then you can change them separately. Then move it to the right place. After finishing this, you can hit complete and still the stand operation for the other. So now I have finished placing all of them. Then I can hit complete. Now you can see they are white side. So I can go to the material library to find this texture. Mental style. This one to drag and drop them in. Okay, now I have finished the designs of this sofa background wall. Next, we are going to design this one. And this one is decorated by some arc shaped lines. I'm going to stick it on my screen also. Okay, now let's find this wall. I'm using this one to design it. So just double left click to get in. So first we need to draw a rectangle for it. And start from here. You can set its distance. Like 2000 and another one is 1200. Hit enter. And right click to end the command. Now you need to make it to the arc shape. So select this area. And at the right side, you can see here has a chamfer function. You can select this side. Then make this type of shape. And here you can see it changed to the arc shape. And if you want this to become more bigger, you can input like 300 and hit enter. Now you can see it has changed. Next, we are going to set the second line. So we don't need to draw again. We can use the offset function. It's at the upper part. Left click this function and find the place like here, and left click this area and move your cursor. Now you can offset another one. Input the values for their distance like 50. Hit input. So the first one has been finished. Then you can left click again to set another one and place their distance to 350. One more. Okay, 400. Very good. Except this time, you can also draw the other shape like this circle. Make some circle at here. And right click to end this one. Now we are going to paste some colors in them. So we're going to hit the complete key. And exit from this ceiling custom mode and go into the material library and find the texture. Open this little icon. Here is some wallpaper or this paint like this cool color, natural color. So this one, and zoom in and drag and drop them in. And for these two circles, you can also give them some color. Okay, now I have finished the design of this wall also. Now you can go to the material places to find a sofa to place it here, and also a TV and some decorative for them. Actually, I have saved them already and hide them. You can go to the display material management to find them. If you are hiding some things, and you can select all and display them. Now you can see this one has been placing very well. And at here also this fireplace, and if you want to change the size of it, you can hit the C key. Now there are many rectangles between them. You can use this wrap to change its depth, and use this green to change its width, and use this upper one to change its height. And for this corner one, you can change change this fireplace in proportional. So now I'm going to move it upper a little bit. Okay, it looks great. And for this cabinet, I have decorated by the AI function, and I will show you in our cabinet customization videos. Do not forget to watch that one. Alright, the distance needs to be changed a little bit. Drag and drop. You can move it upper and release your mouse, and then it will be put on the place. Okay, now the designs for the wall is finished. See you at the next video. Goodbye.